Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading multi-characters listener by me, so let's get into it. Midoriya Izuku. Now Midoriya did not expect to be woken up very late at night by someone knocking at his dorm room door, and then opened the door to find you outside, fidgeting and nervous and asking him to take you inside, and of course Midoriya says yes, because what else was he going to say? He was worried about the reason why you may be behaving this way, and though he didn't know how to ask it, still trying to wake up from his sleep and rubbing the sleep out of his eyes. He was looking at you carefully, but then, before you could say a single thing, you went into his arms, and of course Midori took you in them, wrapping his arms around you gently and stroking your back. "You're right, Ryan. You will be. I promise," he whispered. Of course, he melted into his arms. Midoriya had many questions on his mind, but right now, he was not going to ask them. It would be selfish of him to focus on the questions that he had, and not on the conditions you were in. You seemed to be scared. Perhaps you had a nightmare. That could very well explain the trouble that you seemed to be in. The expression on your face and the nervousness, and the way you leapt into his arms as soon as you could. But he only stroked your hair gently, watching as you soaked up all the affection he gave you. It honestly tore his heart a little bit, but he knew you needed it, needed his love and affection and all the attention he could give. And right now, as your lover, and as the person who cared about you most, he would do nothing but give you all of that and more, if only to see you feel alright. But he loves you. He loves you so much. And even if it was a silly nightmare, he wants to comfort you, no matter what it may be, and no matter how silly things may seem to you and anyone else. It doesn't matter. If something's making you upset, then he's here to fix it and bring a smile back to your face. Todoroki Shoto. Todoroki would feel a little bit jump scared. After all, it's not very normal that someone knocks at his room late at night and wakes him up for whatever purpose that may be. So when he sees you outside, he calms down a little bit, but then anxiousness starts to pick at him again. He started asking you all sorts of questions, and honestly, it was kind of silly to watch at first. But then it got to the point where he was asking you if there was a fight with the villains and you had to shake your head. No, it's not that. I just. I couldn't really sleep at all, Shoto, he whispered. And though he's a little bit confused on how he could help you with that, he nods, understanding you at least, and you're relieved to get that. He holds you in his arms once you ask him to, and he tilts his head. "Why, my darling, I love you, but I don't really get how it's supposed to help. Is this supposed to help you in any way? I mean, is cuddling really that good?" Yes, and you can see the pure confusion on his face. So you have to clarify that yes, cuddles do help sometimes. And the fact that you are away from home, it still ate away at you at times, as silly as it seemed. And he understood. He held you in his arms gently and started stroking your back, telling you that you're safe, that you'll be alright. Somehow, despite his earlier confusion, he fell into the world perfectly, able to comfort you and bring happiness to you. It was all you needed, that push, to feel safe and at home in someone's arms. You felt that feeling with Todoroki. He was able to give you that, and a lot of other things as well. But right now, that was all you needed, and all you felt with him at this very moment. You let yourself melt into his arms, closing your eyes, and you felt lucky to be able to call yourself his. Bakugou Katsuki. Katsuki was very rough on the outside, and the inside too sometimes. But you loved him and you knew that he for sure loved you, otherwise the two of you would not be dating at all. And telling yourself that often also seemed to quiet all the doubts about him in your brain. About you not being good enough, about him not loving you because Katsuki was bold. If he didn't want you around, he would say it loud and clear. He didn't have to stick with you if he didn't want you. And that was that. He had even said it enough times for you, when he could tell that you were incompetent, or feeling down, insecure about yourself. He was there to reassure you when you needed it, and so you trusted him to be there for you today as well. And indeed he was, because when you went to his room to check out if he was asleep or not, you found him awake past his bedtime for the first time since you knew each other. And that was weird and concerning at the same time. And also, it made you think with urgency that there was something you needed to do, both for you and him and your sleeping troubles. It was after he got kidnapped after all, so no wonder he couldn't sleep very well. It could be nightmares, but he would never say. It could also be his thoughts, which could possibly be worse. Either way, you've made yourself invited at his bed, settling down, while he looked weird at you. I'm not getting up, Katsu. Instead, you are going to cuddle me, and we are going to sleep, you told him. And after he looked at you weird as if he was judging you, for a couple of moments, a soft look raised his eyes, and he smiled fondly, wrapping his arms around you, stroking your hair gently. Well, I appreciate it, Wyan. I really do, he said. You didn't expect him to say that, or anything else really, and you were relieved you got that out from him. It's not like you wanted him to say it or show gratitude, but I was there to see, and you never minded hearing it. But it also showed for sure that as much as you needed him, he needed you as well.